It's Monday morning, June 19, 2023. It's 8:13 in the morning, and I am just now heading into Bar Harbor. Turn the wipers off. I just drove through a little bit of light rain. And in just a few seconds, we will head into the main part of Bar Harbor. As you can see, even at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, there's a fair amount of traffic coming into town. And a lot of these cars have out-of-state license plates. Here we go. And I'm gonna go over and have a blood test at the hospital, and after that we'll head into downtown, and if I can find a place to park, we'll walk around a little bit and take a look at the town and the waterfront. You can see everything is open now. All of the inns and restaurants are open for the summer, and as they say, Bar Harbor is open for business. And it's also looking very nice. All the trees are fully leafed out, nice and green and quite pretty as we come into town. And we're going to hit a bit of a bottleneck up here when we get to Main Street, where I have to turn right. So we'll take a look at the Village Green, and then I'm going to stop this video until I'm finished with my medical appointment and can take a look at Bar Harbor. Here is the Village Green as we drive up to Main Street. Looks very lush right now. Very few people there, but that's a consequence of the time of day, not anything else. So here we go. I'm coming up to my turn, and I'm gonna stop, and then I'll keep going until we get down to the turn for the hospital. Yeah, it's looking very peaceful here today, although there are quite a few people walking around on the streets, probably out looking for a place to grab some breakfast. And also there are, trucks delivering things early in the morning as we head away from the waterfront on Main Street. Well, that was quick. Windshield wiped off as we're headed back to Main Street to go downtown, and hopefully I'll be able to find a spot to park, and we can look around downtown Bar Harbor a little bit. As you can see, it's parked up out here pretty much. There are open spots, but not a lot. As we head toward the waterfront in Bar Harbor. I was only in the hospital for about 10 minutes. Just a quick blood test today. But I will be back here Thursday morning. I'll probably shoot another video just to see how it looks. Oh, it's not bad. I should be able to find a spot to park a little closer to the waterfront. And we will walk around Bar Harbor a little bit and have a look at what's going on here. Now, it is 8:30 in the morning, so there are not a lot of people here yet. Most tourists that are here are probably either just getting going or are having breakfast right now. So later today, Bar Harbor will be crowded. So I'm going to come down and see if I can park right down by Agamont Park. And we can go into the park, take a look at the waterfront. Okay, there's the fountain running this time. Last time I was here, it was uncovered but not running. As we walk into Agamont Park to take a look at the Bar Harbor waterfront this morning. And you can see the schooner Margaret Todd out there, the four-masted one, hanging on a mooring. They haven't moved it in yet to pick up the first load of tourists. And there's another small schooner out there. And the rest of the boats are a service barge and a bunch of lobster boats. And the orange boat over there that says pilot on the side is the pilot boat that guides cruise ships into the harbor. And that pier right down there is where the Margaret Todd loads passengers for 2-hour schooner cruises around Frenchman Bay. And look over at Bar Island. It's a little breezy. Sorry about the wind noise. And I can see people walking on the bar. Tide should be going out, so the first few people have crossed the bar to Bar Island this morning. And they'll be able to spend a couple of hours over there as we look at the waterfront. It's kind of hazy, misty, and there's a little bit of light drizzle this morning, but it's supposed to clear off and become sunny this afternoon. You can see what Agamont Park looks like at 8:30 in the morning. Very, very few people here. And there's the lower end of Main Street. All the restaurants are open. Not necessarily right now, unless they do breakfast. So we'll go walk up Main Street a little to Elise Cottage and have a look. I got plenty of time on the meter. As we head out of Agamont Park. Few tourists wandering around, but not many yet. So if you want to do downtown Bar Harbor in the summer without the crowds, early in the morning before 9 o'clock looks like the ticket. I can smell some food cooking. We're going to come up to Cottage Street. We'll have a look down there and see what's going. Some of the local businesses not open yet for the day. This is Sherman's Bookstore. And we'll cross the street and walk on Cottage Street a little bit. Now this is Cottage, which is the other sort of primary business street here in Bar Harbor. And a few people parked here. But otherwise quiet. You can see over there, building built in 1889. And fairly nice down here today. Okay, I'm going to go up to crosswalk, and we'll go back on the other side and walk a little further down Main Street. see lots of restaurants here, and I've already passed a couple of breakfast places that looked fairly busy. It's in the low 50s today, so it's a little chilly. It's supposed to warm up to the middle 60s. You look up and back the other way. The Cottage Street has businesses its full length, and okay, sorry about the noise of the idling beer truck. As we walk back to Main Street. This is the first time I've walked around Bar Harbor for quite a while. I have been a little limited. The last time I was here, I couldn't find a place to park. And before that, my recently operated on knee was protesting a bit too much. But things have improved a lot in that area over the last month or so. Oh, espresso bars, the smell of fresh coffee is starting to get to me. I only had one cup before I left home this morning, and I usually do two, so I'm feeling a little coffee deprived. As we head back to Main Street. It's pretty quiet here today. Not much going on. And there's looking farther up Main Street. Like I said, everything's open and business as usual. Across Main and head back down toward the waterfront. You hear birds chirping, and a few people are sitting on the benches here enjoying a coffee and a pastry from some of the shops. And Testa's restaurant over there is open and people are having breakfast, and it is generally very quiet down here. You see the older buildings in this part of town. There's this one here, which has 1887 on it, because this part of Bar Harbor did not burn during the 1947 fire. So most of the buildings here are original. Although when we get down to the waterfront, we'll see a lot of new buildings. So I'm going to head down West Street and then out of town. Okay, I'm back in the car, heading down to the end of Main Street at West, where we're going to turn left and head along the waterfront for a little bit. See, the whale watchers are all in, haven't gone out with their first load of tourists yet today. And restaurants are open. and offering lobsters. What a surprise. And I will be continuing my lobster roll review series this Friday with, I think, Beal's Lobster Pier in Southwest Harbor. And here's a tour bus. And I'm going down here because a viewer asked me what kind of trees there are here. And so we want to take a look. These are maples. And there are also probably some oaks, because these trees on West Street were very, very bright red last fall. And that's usually the color that we get for maple trees. But so far it looks like a mix of oak trees and maple trees, which is what I thought based on the color that was mentioned. Okay. So this is a very scenic part of town. We're one block off the waterfront, so it's quite easy to get there from here. As we continue down West Street, I'm going to go up and turn left up here and go back to Cottage, because I do have to make a short stop at the supermarket before I go home. It's really beautiful here today, and it's nice without tons of people swarming around. This is a nice time of year here in Bar Harbor, with all the trees freshly leafed out and everything green and lush. Okay, we're going to go up and I'm going to head into the supermarket, which is about a block from here. Here we go. We're leaving the supermarket, heading away from downtown here on Cottage Street. I'm going to turn and go up one of the side streets here on my way out of town. Places where you can rent a bike. You can rent both normal and e-bikes here in Bar Harbor. If you decide you want to go on the carriage roads, you can take a normal bike. You can also take what's called a level 1 e-bike, which is one you have to pedal. It just gives assist from the electric power. You cannot take a higher level e-bike that you can control simply with a throttle. Carriage roads doesn't want those. So, coming back up to Eden Street as I get ready to head out of town, and we can see what a residential neighborhood looked like. Although that isn't that residential. Almost all the houses there are rentals, and then there are lots of little motels. Okay, we head out of Bar Harbor, and right up here is the stoplight where I began this video. So I'm going to end it here because it is drizzling and visibility out the windshield is not going to be that wonderful between swipes of the wipers. So I hope you enjoyed seeing Bar Harbor here Monday morning, June 19, 2023. Thanks for watching.